The world had been waiting for this moment for what felt like an eternity. For years, fans across continents whispered the same question into the vast echo chambers of the internet. When will they return? The silence after the military hiatus had been heavy, almost surreal, as if the music industry itself had paused, holding its breath for the inevitable moment when seven voices would once again rise together. And now, that moment had finally arrived. The announcement exploded across social media like a lightning strike that illuminated the entire planet at once. BTS, the global phenomenon that had reshaped pop culture, shattered records, and united millions of fans under the banner of ARMY, was officially returning to the stage. But this was not just any return. This was something far bigger, something historic, something that immediately set the internet on fire. Their massive comeback concert would be streamed worldwide through Netflix. The title alone carried a sense of grandeur that sent chills down the spines of fans everywhere. BTS, the comeback live, Arirang. From the moment the news broke, timelines flooded with disbelief, excitement, and emotional reactions. After years of individual journeys, military duties, and quiet anticipation, the group was finally preparing to stand together again in front of the world. Not in a small venue, not in a closed studio, but in one of the most symbolic public spaces in South Korea, Gwanghwamun Square in the heart of Seoul. The choice of location alone spoke volumes. Gwanghwamun Square is not merely a public plaza. It is a place layered with history, culture, and national identity. To host the return of BTS, there was to turn the square into a stage not just for a concert, but for a cultural moment that would resonate far beyond the borders of South Korea. And then there was the date, March 21, 2026. Fans quickly began circling the day on calendars, creating countdown posts, and imagining what the night would look like. For many ARMY around the world, the idea of watching the comeback live, broadcast to more than 190 countries through Netflix, felt almost surreal. It meant that someone in Jakarta, someone in New York, someone in Paris, and someone in Sao Paulo could all witness the same moment at the same time. It meant the return of BTS would not belong to just one country, it would belong to the world. Among the 7 members stepping onto that stage, one name was echoing particularly loudly across fan communities: Jungkook. The youngest member of BTS had grown from a shy teenager with enormous dreams into one of the most recognizable global pop icons of his generation. His voice, capable of moving effortlessly between powerful high notes and soft emotional whispers, had defined some of the most memorable songs in BTS history. And during the years when the group focused on individual paths, Jungkook's influence had only grown stronger. Every performance he delivered seemed to ignite conversations across the internet. Every appearance sparked millions of views. Every hint of a new project sent fans into speculation mode. So when the announcement confirmed that Jungkook would be standing on that comeback stage alongside his bandmates, the reaction from fans was immediate and overwhelming. Posts began appearing everywhere. The Golden Maknae is returning. This will be the biggest performance of his life. Jungkook on Netflix, the world is not ready. And perhaps the most intriguing part of the entire event was the name of the new album that BTS would present during the concert: Arirang. The title itself carried deep cultural meaning. Arirang is one of Korea's most famous traditional songs, often considered a symbol of national identity and resilience. By choosing this title for their comeback album, BTS seemed to be sending a message that their return was not only about music, but also about heritage, emotion, and storytelling. Fans immediately began theorizing about what the album might sound like. Would it blend traditional Korean instruments with modern pop production? Would it contain powerful anthems, emotional ballads, or experimental tracks unlike anything the group had done before? The mystery only added fuel to the excitement. But what truly made this comeback unique was the partnership with Netflix. In the era of streaming entertainment, Netflix had already established itself as a giant capable of reaching hundreds of millions of viewers worldwide. Yet a live global concert of this magnitude represented a new kind of moment, a fusion between music, technology, and global fan culture. For ARMY, it meant accessibility on a scale never seen before. A fan who had never been able to attend a BTS concert in person could now experience the energy of a massive live performance from their own home. The screams of thousands of fans in Seoul would travel instantly across oceans and time zones, connecting millions of viewers in real time. Industry experts quickly began discussing the potential impact of this event. Some suggested it could redefine how concerts are experienced in the digital era. Others predicted it would set new records for live streaming audiences. But for fans, statistics were not the most important thing. What mattered was the feeling. The feeling of finally seeing the 7 members together again after years apart. The feeling of hearing Jungkook's voice echo across a massive stage once more. The feeling of knowing that the world was watching the same moment at the same time. As the days passed after the announcement, the internet transformed into a giant countdown clock. Fan artists began creating posters imagining the stage design. Video editors compiled emotional montages of BTS performances from past tour. And everywhere one question kept appearing. What will Jungkook's performance be like? Some fans believed he might open the concert with a powerful solo moment before the rest of the members joined him. Others imagined a dramatic dance performance that would instantly become one of the most replayed clips in music history. The speculation was endless, and each new theory seemed more exciting than the last. But beyond the predictions, there was a deeper emotional layer to the comeback. For many ARMY, BTS had been more than just a music group. Their songs had accompanied fans through difficult times, personal growth, heartbreaks, and dreams. The group's temporary pause due to military service had felt like the end of an era, even though everyone knew it was only temporary. Now the return felt almost like a reunion with old friends. And as March 21 drew closer, Seoul itself began preparing for the moment. Gwanghwamun Square, already a landmark location surrounded by historic architecture and cultural symbols, was expected to transform into a massive open-air concert venue. Huge screens would allow thousands of fans present at the square to watch the performance up close, while the Netflix broadcast ensured that millions more could join from around the world. The visual alone promised to be breathtaking. A sea of purple lights. The skyline of Seoul glowing in the background. 7 silhouettes walking onto the stage together for the first time since the hiatus. And somewhere in that moment, the voice of Jungkook rising into the night air. It was the kind of scene that fans had imagined countless times during the years of waiting. Now it was about to become reality. As anticipation continued to build, one thing became clear: this was not just a concert announcement. It was a cultural event. A reunion. A statement that the era of BTS was far from over. In fact, many fans believed something even bigger was beginning. Because if there was one thing history had proven, it was this: whenever BTS returned, the world paid attention. And this time, the entire planet would be watching through Netflix as Jungkook and the rest of BTS stepped back into the spotlight, ready to write the next unforgettable chapter of their story. The countdown had begun. And the world was waiting.